everyone, it is Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters, and thank you for joining me for Confessions of a Paper Addict design team layout. So right there on the screen you will see the web address you need to get to the Etsy shop, but I will also pop that in the description box down below. So I have backed the super cute bow cut file, which I think was the day 1 December release, so it's well and truly over in the shop today. And I actually recorded my whole process of painting the background that I used behind the bow for you, but then my phone completely and utterly literally smashed to pieces, and I didn't have that backed up to the cloud, so it has gone to the never never, so I do apologise. But what I did was I actually traced the outside of the bow onto a white sheet of paper, so I knew the size and dimension of it. And then I painted the whole thing a sort of a light red colour. And then I just tried to add some darker maroony kind of red into sort of key parts of the bow, like around the knot and coming down sort of the tails that stick down. And then I went over the top of all of that with some stickles, red stickles, so some red glitter. I also actually added a little bit of white while it was wet, just to kind of lighten up a few little key areas as well, just to give a bit of highlight. So it's got some depth and it's got some highlight as well. I really didn't overthink it. I just sort of winged it and hoped it would come together. And as you can see by the look of that bow, it really has. There's quite a lot of depth and dimension within that bow, and it's literally just a painted sheet of paper. So that's pretty awesome. I decided I needed to put a little bit of black in this background, which I know seems super extreme, but this is not a Christmas layout. It is just a random October layout. And the ephemera that I'm using and the title, you can sort of see it just over on the left-hand side, is black as well. So there's quite a little bit of black that's going to happen throughout the page. So hopefully it's all going to come together. It does look a little bit extreme at the moment. It was kind of supposed to be like a shadow. That's why it's all sort of only on the one side. So there are my super cute photos. I had those giant big, I just call them candy stripe bags over here that I used to, keep random things in. And I bought one inside for some reason, and Tom decided it was the place to play, apparently, which he just looks super cute with his head sticking out amongst the zipper. So I really just wanted to document it because he looks hilarious. So I've popped up the photos and the bow itself on foam, and I'm going to adhere that down on my page. It's super hot here at the moment, so I've actually done all of this, like I didn't really set the black aside to dry or anything like that. I just kind of, the time it took me to adhere all of the foam onto the photos and the bow, the black's dried because I was using the Novu spatula, the Novu silicone spatulas, which are quite flexible. I was able to spread the black paint quite thin. And that's how it sort of gives that effect, that smudged effect at the edges. And then, it dried really quickly, but it is summer in Australia, so it is pretty warm. And then, of course, I'm adhering some of these ephemera pieces. So I'm using the Simple Stories Little Dude collection for this. And you can see I've got the 2 sort of word ephemeras that says it's a boy's world and don't grow up, it's a trap. And now you're sort of starting to see why I painted with the black paint. There is a little bit of black coming in into this layout. And I just think that black paint really offset what was happening. Sort of, I don't know. I felt like the background needed something and it shouldn't just be flat. So that's what I rolled with. Now, I've just got that sticker sheet there that I have lined up with the edge of my page so that I know my page is straight. And I'm gone ahead and popped down my title. Sorry about my big buff head there, coming back and sitting down. So it says all wrapped up, but nowhere to go. It's a little bit hard to read, but in real life it's far more clear, I guess, because you're right there in front of it. So I'm going to pop up that cute little car. It is from the sticker sheet. So I've got the collector's pack where you get the paper and the sticker sheet, but I've also got the ephemera, the chipboard and the puffy stickers in this collection because it is just so too cute. And when I see a cute boy collection, I've just got to grab all the things. So I'm just going to play around with the bits and bobs that need to go up on foam, because of having the bow and the photos up on foam. When I'm layering my ephemera on top, it of course needs to be up on foam as well. Technically, some of those letters should be up on foam. The E in the middle of nowhere is actually sitting flat on the black. It's not popped up, but the letters are so tiny and flimsy, it would have been really tricky to get the foam thin enough to help pop that up. So the N and the E are just stuck flat to the ground. But I think when you're looking, it doesn't draw too much attention. You don't really notice. I cut those puffy hearts off the acetate, with the acetate still attached, just so I could place them in different places and see if I liked it. Sometimes I think you pull your stickers off and then you don't think you like them, so then you put your stickers back, like right now, and they kind of lose their stick a little bit. So I actually sometimes will just cut around so that I can actually keep the backing on and move it to different places and see what I think. I just felt I only matted my photos with a white matte. I just felt they were lacking something, and I possibly should have done a coloured pattern paper around each of the photos, but I can't undo that. At the time, I did it like that on purpose so that it tied in with the ribbon with the big bow, because it's got a white outline on it, and it looks totally fine. But in my brain at this stage of the decorating, I felt like it needed something else, so I was just popping the little tag and then the tiny word phrase along with that on there. And it says, you can probably read it better than I can. I'm on my teeny tiny camera screen, whereas you guys are probably on a full computer screen or an iPad, so I won't. I'll just let you read those yourself. I've had to use a completely different editing program today because one of my amazing subscribers, Joni, mentioned that my last COAPA video had a bit of a funny colour. And when I looked into it, I noticed that it did as well. I got an iPhone 12 and the video is taken in a new format that's not actually compatible with iMovie. And when you put it into iMovie, it literally changes the colours of what you've made, and it's not true. They're not true colour at all, which is a real pain in the butt. So I've downloaded a whole new program, and it seems to be working, seems to be pretty easy to use. The colours are definitely correct this time, thank goodness. So hopefully this works out for me and I can use this program to splice my movies together, because I was really unimpressed with how iMovie had changed that. Grr. So I've just come back in with some stickles again. Actually, they're not called stickles, these ones. They're called like Kindleys or something, but it's essentially stickles. It is red glitter paint, and I just put that on top of the black. I just felt like the black needed a little something to help it pop. And then again, I'm doing the same with my gold Heidi Swap Colour Shine, just sort of focusing those splatters around the shadow mark there, the black, and where I've just put the red. You'll also notice that on this page itself, it is designed to have sort of a few distress spots around the edge. I wanted to add to those. They're mostly the corners. I wanted to add to those with a little bit of black just to tie everything in all together. So I'm just using my Mementos Tuxedo Black ink. And then I am done. So I've got some close-up photos for you to be able to check this out in close-up, but I hope you are enjoying your silly season, not too busy. I know I have been flat out, but I really loved using this Christmas-inspired cut file to create a non-Christmas layout. So thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you check that description box down below. I will have links to the Etsy shops, links to this direct cut file, and also links to the COAPA Facebook group. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you next time.